Sagittarius. Hope you guys made off well in Leo season. A lot of family emphasis, so whether you moved or you're thinking about changing that family in a way, like if you're trying to get pregnant or whatever the situation around the home life was, I hope it ended up being okay. It was prosperous. It kind of gave you some new insights about what you truly want and desire with that Page of Cups card. And we are going to see kind of what Virgo season has in store for you guys, okay? Let's see. So, we're going for some natal fire, which we're very used to some earth. So still some natural energy. And then it's a little different. I've already been seeing like a lot of fundraisers and stuff, and I really feel the urge to go and adopt a cat. I mean, I've been wanting to do that for a while, but like it's really hard for me right now. Yeah, I just don't want to do it necessarily before I move later in the year, so I'm gonna have to put a cat through all that. Let's see how it's affecting all of you Sages out there. Okay. So not so bad. The Sun, we're accessing our inner child, or maybe this ties into that child in the home life. Reversed, it's a little different energy. It's not necessarily something we can kind of bring out, but maybe it's kind of calling to us. Maybe we're trying to adult when really we just need to have some playtime. The last reading was all about like the perfectionist tendencies you guys are experiencing right now, and maybe it's time to relax. Let's see, kind of what else we can get here. It's usually a card you'd see even with Aries or Leo, but Sagittarius being fire, it's not the most unusual card. Okay, so here we go. So we've got just coming out of Leo season here with that Queen of Wands. So this is great energy to access. This is, action orienting fire. You can really create, lead, discover, do a lot of things with the Queen of Wands, and you can access that inner strength that's going to help you through everything. Yeah, maybe there's a Leo that was really significant to you lately. And then we have the Three of Wands here. So this is that travel. This is like enjoying, what you already have. Kind of like basking in that glory in a sense, and maybe looking onward for future prospects. Yeah. So it's a little different because the Two of Wands is about travel necessarily. He's holding the globe and everything, but this card is more so about maybe being a little more confident with what you have, and letting, you see how like more bright and chipper this card is as opposed to the Two card, which is all gray and about decision. This is more about like enjoying like what you've set up for yourself, how far you've come. Yeah, not necessarily about what's next, which is always in the back of your guys' minds. With that Sagittarius energy, just wants to go, go, go. You guys do have Aquarius in your third house of the mind, so your mind is constantly future-oriented, which can be a good thing, obviously, but there's got to be balance for everyone, so that's what we all strive for. Okay. So here, we do make a progression. So we go from Three of Wands kind of urging us to enjoy what we have, where we've come from. 3 is a mind number, and then we go to a 9 here, so it's another mind plane. This is a natural number for you guys, being the 9th sign, and it's all about discovery, and kind of ending things in a sense, so you can kind of begin again. Like this is right before the 10 of Wands, which is the burden card, so you already have a lot like right here, and then this is, this isn't necessarily a super scary card or anything like that, but he does have a worried look on his face. So I think maybe you guys are feeling that what you have just isn't really satisfying, or you need to get back to basics, kind of strip away some of those things that you're holding on to, and kind of simplify your life in a sense. Maybe you've taken on too much. It's not going to break your neck like the next card, but it's making you worry. It's giving you reason to worry about things and kind of be like expecting something around the corner. Like that's what he's looking for. He's like waiting for something to happen, and that's not really a good state to be in, a state of worry. So we don't want to become too not materialistic necessarily, but we don't want to become like overbearing or yeah, we need to maybe some detachment, which is interesting for you guys because I feel like of most of the signs, you're definitely up there, one of the most detached, um, but it doesn't look like currently. It's just like a hard to relax card. So let's see here. Okay, so this one definitely. Okay, so we have the friendship card. Um, Again, this is tying into all of this enjoyment. Oh my gosh, you guys just aren't, because we got it reversed, and it's just like the sun reversed, all this stuff. You seem like you have a lot going for you guys right now, and it's just not. You just don't know what it is, but you just can't relax. You can't let go. You can't, like, there's some kind of a celebration happening. Maybe a friend just had their birthday in Leo season. This could be, I mean, so many different things. But even in this like time of celebration and stuff, it's just it's not coming easily for you guys. Whatever it is, maybe you don't feel you deserve it. Maybe. Let's keep going here. Got a bunch of cards, but have some more jump out. Lots of fire energy, though, so this is really striking that match with you guys. They're very passionate, maybe very hot-headed. Ooh, speaking of hot-headed, okay, we got the Emperor. So this is a call to action. This is, we're feeling very aggressive. Yeah, very domineering. Maybe that's what it is. It's this aggressive wave that's kind of hit you guys, and it's just not allowing you to relax. Like you're just pushing more and more and more, and you don't realize like how much you have to be thankful for, how hard you've worked this far. Um, it's just you just want to keep going. Um, but it's really not going to behoove you to just keep pushing yourself, especially when the universe is telling you a different story. You're just going to find more resistance. So let's kind of see. I mean, so much fire. I don't think I've ever had this much fire energy in one reading before. It's crazy. Okay. And now we get the Queen of Cups. So we're accessing the fire, this passion, this kind of maybe rage to a degree, and it's going to bring some emotion. We're really thinking heavily about our past accomplishments here. We're looking at like what we've achieved, and maybe it's just never enough for you guys. Maybe you just want to push as far as you can, um, and you're just. But I think the message here is if you can't appreciate what you already have, how can you appreciate when you have more? You know what I mean? Like abundance is not happiness. It does not equal happiness. It's really finding that thing within that's going to allow you to find that inner peace and that appreciation, whether it's a small moment between you and another person, or if it's an object. Like thinking about a memory that's near and dear to your heart. Um, if it's an amount of money or something material, um, think of like the possibilities of what that can give you instead of just reaching for more. So be careful because we don't want to unnecessarily bring on emotion, and this is almost like this is usually a mother card. So this is a very like you see all the kids around her throne, and she looks very nurturing, and it's almost like a chalice, and maybe it's like her fertility that she's holding, and so this could really deal with children in a sense, and maybe you're really wanting more than what you already have, and it's just this energy is really distracting you, maybe from what's going on, and it's really bringing on those waves. I think it's unnecessary emotion. So it could tie in the friendship, like maybe there's someone around you that has something that you want, and you're just not able to see clearly what it is that you need. Okay. So when we get the Tower card, our impulse is to freak out, and it's not that that's a wrong impulse, but the Tower is one of the fate cards, so it's going to happen whatever you do. So don't think that you can prevent this. Don't start getting like freak out looking around the corner at what's coming for you, because that's not the Tower message. The Tower message really ties into this reading because it's showing that you have obtained so much already, and that we got to strip you back down. We got to get you back down to basics. We got to start again in a way, because the way things are going, there's no more possibility in a sense. Maybe you're trapped in a mindset that's not allowing for possibility anymore, and for you to expand, which is so natural to you guys. You really need a lot of freedom, and where you've been lately, maybe you're feeling very limited. So this is going to be, it's not an easy process for sure. It can be very scary. It can happen as fast as a bolt of lightning, like all of a sudden, just things are up in the air, and you just like don't know what the hell is happening, and but it can be very cathartic. It's very regenerative. It's a natural process that we all have to go through, and unfortunately, you can't plan these things. They happen when they do. They're going to come for us when the universe knows that we need them most. It's up to us, kind of what we do with this energy, whether we use it for our benefit and really start over and use that opportunity to go in a new direction. But it's all on you, and if you can get yourself out of this mindset of this excess and abundance that's not really serving you, and maybe seeing what you truly need. Think back to that Page of Cups card that we had in the last reading, and that fish was really trying to give you a message. And I think that's a subconscious message of like a spiritual internal message of what it is that you guys really need. And maybe you just don't know deep down what you need, and you get a little distracted by what others around you have. So don't always use that for kind of a scale of how you should live is how others are, because that's not always helpful. I certainly try not to do that, but I know it can be hard, especially in this age of social media where everything's just like in front of us constantly. Maybe it would be wise for you guys to kind of limit yourselves to how much you're doing socially. Let's see where this tower energy can take us. Sometimes I don't like to point out the scary things of some of the cards just because I don't like people to go into panic mode, but there is, I guess we can say, a king and a queen in this crown card. So if you're in a relationship, this could really give you guys a new opportunity to start over and or end it. I mean, it may be something that you need to walk away from. If this person's no longer like pushing you or helping you discover like your true path and everything and encouraging you, maybe it's time to get some of your own clarity. Okay, wow, we got a lot here. So there's the money, there's the home, there is the past, and this could be a relationship that started when you were younger. It could be the one that you're in that this tower energy is bringing out. And we got this face up, so we love to see that coming out of Leo season. Remember, you guys are fire. This is natural to you. You have strength and courage to face situations, and with that Emperor energy, it may be making you feel aggressive and you're not able to direct it in where you want to put that energy in, but you just it's not always beneficial to just kind of go and do things and just be full on action oriented. It's you have to have that balance of like knowing what you need to act upon, and I think that's missing for you guys right now. Page of Swords, King of Cups reverse. So we got the King and Queen of Cups. So maybe that's that energy here. I mean, the cups can represent love, and we got the King and Queen. So this really could be hitting you guys in your relationship, in your marriage, whatever it is. Maybe you feel like there's a new opportunity to kind of, or maybe you feel like it's just kind of happening without anyone's control or consent with that tower energy, and it's about to hopefully not destroy, but to give a new way, a new path. But it can be scary. We have the Moon card, so we don't want to get distracted by this. We have reverse cup energy. So we are not in control of our emotions right now. They're not benefiting us. Eight of Wands, that's just setting things into motion. That's usually a good energy. I'm not so sure right now with all of this wand energy. Okay, now we do have King of Swords. So what is really being okay, the element that we need to focus on right now is the intellect, the thought, the mind. Okay, we need to realize that we have future vision, and that stuff is very natural for us, and it may not seem that it's very helpful at this point. But go to that person that you look for insights, for opinions, for counsel. See what they have to say. Maybe you just need to like ask them a simple question, like what do you think I should do, or what do you think I'm missing, or just give me an opinion of like what what your perspective is on all of this, because it can be really helpful to get outside of our own minds, and to see things in a new way. And then the Page of Swords is kind of going down a new intellectual path. Um, yeah, and then we got the Fool reversed, and the Fool is pretty natural for a Sagittarius reading. But when he's reversed, he gets all high and mighty, and he can't listen to others. I mean, he's already about to walk off the cliff anyways, but it becomes really, really um, accident prone, or just like very, very spacey, um, distracted, a little maybe dogmatic in a way. I mean, there's a dog there, but let's see, because that was a handful of cards, so I'm not going to go into huge detail when all those came out, but let's see what else we got. Okay. There it is. Sorry, you guys. Bent it a little bit. So here we have the Giving card. So this is the Six of Pentacles. I'm sorry. And this is really about like that balance with the scale there. Finding that maybe we are giving away more than we can, whether it's financially or just spiritually. We're giving too much of ourselves. And we need to be reminded that there needs to be a balance. You need to have your own time, time to help others, which is something you guys definitely like doing. That's one of the things I really appreciate about Sagittarius, is that they do have an encouraging energy. Like when you're around them, you do kind of feel uplifted in a way, and I think most of the fire signs can do that. But with Sagittarius, it's just like it's always positive. It's like, very positive energy, and maybe you don't feel like you can readily give that at the moment because you are so worried about why you're not happy. You're not able to enjoy things. So let's see. Oh god. Okay. So we have the King of Swords, so maybe he is somebody to counsel with, because then we got the Queen, and she's reversed. So if there's a female energy that you look for counsel, I probably wouldn't trust too much of what that person has to say. Maybe look for that masculine energy, or that you know. Maybe it's within yourself, because you guys do kind of have like a way of that fire is just so, it's almost masculine in a way, and so it can make even like females come across as a little more like driven and a little more forceful. So maybe it's you, and you just can't access like the subconscious, like feminine aspects, the nurturing aspects of your personality right now. And then we got the star, which is Aquarius. So definitely look out for an Aquarius. Maybe that's tying into the Queen of Swords. That could be that person that, like I said, can give you insights and stuff, but, that reversed, we're not really open to hearing it. So maybe if there is a female that is giving you advice, you're not really like, it's not really resonating, and it's a little more, you guys are almost approaching it maybe a little more like shallow. Maybe this, yeah, and you got, okay, I will have to say this, you have a lot of queens here. So there are, oh my god, So you actually got, I didn't notice this, you guys, but you actually got all four queens in this reading. Which I can't say that I know the extreme significance of that, but I'm sure there is one. But really, really, femininity is on the table here. And maybe we got two queens reversed, two queens upright. So the ones that are working well right now is the wands and the pentacles. So the money's coming in. You're able to lead and create, and the passion is there. Lots of fire energy. Lots of journeying, lots of paths, lots of discovery. But until we get a rein on these emotions and this thought, um, it's going to be harder for us to journey forward when this tower hits. Um, and so that the star really urges us to look at things from a different perspective. Just think of those Aquarius energies and how they kind of approach situations in a way that's almost putting themselves into other people's shoes to see things. A lot of the air signs do that, and that helps them be so diplomatic. Is they can almost see through everyone else's perspective, and that gives them more clarity and the ability to choose what they need and what's kind of right and all that. So maybe put yourself in someone else's shoes, maybe that's been through the same thing, or around you, or just listen to that counsel if there's an Aquarius in your life. Yeah, lots of like Leo energy, Aquarius energy, Aries. I mean, yeah, lots of fire for sure. And then the last one, which I did talk about earlier, and we got, so you guys are going to push yourselves too far here. You went from the 9, which we're already worried here when we have 9 responsibilities, 9 things to kind of upkeep, and it's almost like that excess does not mean happiness. Well, here that's very, very true, because now look at this. You can't even see what's in front of you because you have so much that you're carrying with you everywhere. Okay, so this really doesn't allow you to see that new journey and that new path, and it definitely will present itself when you get this card, because this is the maximum amount of wands you can have before you start over. And so you guys are taking on way more than you can handle right now. You really need to get back down to basics, see where this journey can take you, because we want to try, if we can, to have a little more clarity before this tower energy hits, just so it's not as panicky, because you don't want to have to scramble when everything starts to turn chaotic. Is start to be a little more confident um, with yourselves and what you want. So when that path does create itself, you can see more clearly what's a distraction, or what it looks like society is telling you to have, and like what you actually need and what will actually fulfill you on your journey. Okay, that's what I'm really seeing here. Realize that inner strength that you guys have. Don't get distracted. Um, but just because you feel action oriented and that you're getting things done doesn't necessarily mean that you're taking care of the things that need to be done. So just remember that. Just doing a to-do list for the sake of it isn't always productive. Okay, it's really realizing those things that are truly going to change how you feel, and how you are stuck and all that you have to focus more on, and then the rest will kind of take course. So take a step back, um, take another perspective, look at things differently, really find out what it is that will get you to where you want to go, Sagittarius. Okay.